Welcome to my tutorials video series about slice coding. I have a system I've developed for working with AI to code, and it's different from vibe coding. It's very intentional, human driven. You build what you're creating slice by slice, layer by layer, basically. The first two videos, however, were not about coding, and I realized I probably needed to give a little bit of an introduction of what's going on. Because what we have to do before we do any actual coding is build a system that can support this workflow. It's very deliberate, it's very structured. I believe this is a little bit of a digression, but I believe most people don't use AI correctly. If you're talking about prompts and stuff, it's just not the way to use AI. If you're using prompts, what you're doing to me is you're trying to understand and game how AI works. And so you're trying to make yourself understand AI to the point that you can write these great prompts, right? And that's backwards in my view. What you need to do is teach the AI how to understand you and work with you. And so that's the goal. And so the first video called Bootstrapping Your AI is the first step towards that. It just kind of helps the AI align to how to give you information, how to work with you, what you expect from it. It's basically you create a bootstrap that tells the AI. So you have GPT create a bootstrap that tells the AI how to interview you, and then it interviews you to learn your preferences. Like, for example, for me, I hate the bullet point thing that the AI does. I hate lists. I can't process information that way. I want it written in paragraphs and sentences so I can scan it and read it. And I just work better that way. So, but it's hard to get AI to do that. But with this, you can. And it's actually gotten easier to do this with 4.5 too. Like, it's seems more malleable, or more follows instructions longer, better. But so basically, that's the first step. Then we're going to work on the workflow, keeping the workflow consistent. Thread continuity was the next video. That's very important, because that way if you can't keep continuity from thread to thread, because you can't use the same thread forever, and you shouldn't. Each thread should be a focused subject. So first, we're building a system, and that's going to take a few videos before we actually get into the coding. And the end goal, though, is to have a GPT project workflow where you can create handoffs for codecs. See, AIs talk to AIs better than we do. So, like, if you go into Codex and try to tell it what you want it to do, it's a lot more hit or miss. But if you talk it over for a little bit with GPT in a structured space that you have built, with a system you have built where it has a much better understanding of the project as a whole, how you work, what you're looking for, and all that, and talk over what you want for each slice as you build whatever, I'm making a video game, as you build, and then get a handoff from GPT that you copy and paste over to Codex, or Claude, or whatever. You could do this in whatever, but and then it does the coding. And so then, because AI talks to Codex better than you can, so, and you can talk to GPT can communicate with you better than Codex can, and understand everything better, because GPT has more continuity to work with, because you can put these project files in the project that they work from. So, like the project where I'm making the game has 19 project files. I think 7 of them are system files, just stuff of general files to tell it how to be. No, it's probably 4 or 5 actually. And that are just general, that I would have in any project, and the rest of them are specific to the game I'm creating. Different aspects of the game have different files to work from, and they're just .md files, markdown files. We'll also talk about skills and agents and skills and agent MD files. There's a lot, but that's pretty standard stuff everybody does. The biggest thing is the system you create to work with. I should probably also say I'm not a programmer. My programming experience begins and ends with BASIC on a Commodore 64 in the 1980s, when I was, like 4th, 5th grade, something like that. So, but you don't need to be with AI. You do not need to be, and it's amazing how well this works. So this is my introduction video for it. I hope the series is helpful to people. If it helps, you know, one or two people find something good out of it, I'm good with that. That's cool.